What's up guys, it's Bye here and welcome to another Rise of Kingdoms tier list video. Today's video, I will share with you guys the tier list ranking for Universal Leadership Support Commanders in Mass PvP. Why do I call these commanders Universal Commanders? These commanders don't require any specific troop. They can work well with any troop type. You can use the commander with infantry commanders, cavalry commanders, or archer commanders and still able to use them at their full potential. However, some of them do require you to have a mixed troop to use them some of their skills. For example, like Flat or Berg. Some of their skill does require you to have two or three different troop type. So that is something you need to keep in mind when you want to pair the commanders. So I will share with you guys the ranking first and go into detail in the rest of the videos. So like if that all you care about is the ranking, you can stop watching the videos after you see the rankings. But if you care more about how I come up with the score and the ranking, you can watch the entire video to find out. I will break down each of these commander skill and assign them an appropriate score for attack, defense, support, and mobility. So the criteria I use to score the commander are here. So this is the criteria that I will use to score and rank the commanders. So for defense, you get 1 point for 10% health, 10% defense, 5% damage reduction, every final damage factor, shield or heal, 10% attack reduction, every 2 seconds of silence debuff. And for attack, you get 1 point for 10% attack boost, final damage to single target, 200 AoE damage, 10% normal attack damage, 10% counter attack damage, 10% skill damage, 5% damage increase, 20% march speed increase, 10% troop capacity or unit range. So those are the criteria that I will be used to assign the commander the score. So depending on what the commander has, and if the thing on the list here, they will get an appropriate score. So let's go to the tier list. So based on that criteria, I was able to come up with this ranking here. So at 12 to 14 points, we have Flat at 12.25 points. Her attack is 6.5, her defense is 2.75, and her support is 3. We have a G Sun Sin at 11. His attack is 7.75, his defense is 3.25, and his support is 0, and his mobility is 0. We have Berg. Where is Berg? So Berg is at 10.5. His attack is 6, his defense is 2.5, and his support is 2. We have a Joan of Arc, also from 10 to 12. So Joan of Arc score is 11. Her attack is 5. Her defense is 1, and her support is 5. So that's a total score of 11. And from 8 to 10, we have what? Tidora. Tidora with the score of 8.75. Her attack is 7.75. Her defense is 1, support 0, mobility 0. We have Julius Caesar at 9.75. So attack 6.25, defense 3.5, and 0 support, 0 mobility. 8 to 10, we also have Mermaid at 9.25. His attack is 9.25, defense 0, support 0, mobility 0. We also have Freddy from 8 to 10 as well with the score of 8.25. His attack is 6.25, his defense is 2, support 0, mobility 0. We also have Uzi 10, also there at 8. Her attack is 5, her defense is 3, support 0, mobility 0. We also have a Scipio also there. Scipio's score is 8.25. His attack is 4.25 and his defense is 4. From 6 to 8, we have first one is Charm Magnets at 6. So his attack is 4, his defense is 2, So and 0 support, 0 mobility. So 4.4 plus 2 equals 6. We also have Boudicca, also from 6 to 8. Buddhicus with the score of 7. Her attack is 4.25. Her defense is 1.75, and her support is 1. And that add up to 7. And at the L tier, we have Osman. Osman with the score of 4. So he have attack 4, defense 0, support 0, and mobility 0. So this is a tier list for like universal commander, leadership commander, as well as support commanders. So if this all the everything you care about, so this is a tier list for you. But like if you want to learn more about like, how I come up with the tier list here, how I come up with the score for any of these commanders, stay tuned till the rest of the videos because I will explain more in detail right now. So first on the list we have, let's go with Flat here. So Flat, her attack is 6.5. So just show you guys the criteria again, so you know what do I use to gauge the commanders the score for attack, defense, support, and mobility. So this is the criteria. So let's go to her skill here. Direct damage factor 800. So I say that for every 300 AoE skill damage, I will give the commander 1 point, right? So 800 AoE damage here for Flat will give her a 2.5 points in attack. Let me put the stat here. I think this is the one I need. Yep. So let me remove 0 here, 0 here. So we got 2.5. We got 2.5 so far from the first skill for attack. So the first skill also come with a very strong debuff, reducing the attack, defense, and health by 30% for 2 seconds. So 25%. So 2 seconds. Let me just double check here. Make sure I got everything correct here. So 30%. So she able to reduce the target attack by 30%. So that work in her defense because reduce the enemy attack also means that she gonna take less damage, right? So 30% reduce in enemy attack for 2 seconds. So 30% attacks is 3 points. 2 seconds is about 2 seconds is about 20%, right? Yep. So she can cast her active skill like once every 8 to I would say once every 8 to like 9 seconds. So 2 seconds is about 25 to 8%, 25%. So about 25% of the time here, like 2 seconds, she can have the debuff on the target about 25% of the time. So 3 times 25 is 3 times 0.25, which gave her a 0.75 in defense. So 0.75 in defense because of the debuff that minus the target defense by 30%, minus the target attack by 30%. Her debuff also debuff the target health and defense by 30% as well. So that 3 points for defense and 3 points for health. So that is the 6 points in attacks, but it only works for 2 seconds again, about 25% of the time. So we have 6 points. We have a 6 point here times 25%, which is about 1.5 point in attacks again. So like her first skill only gave her like 4 points in attack and 0.75 points in defense, which is a very strong first skill. Her second skill, counter attack damage taken reduction 20%. So that 2 points there in defense for her. So 2 points in defense here. Anything else? So carry, march speed reduction, debuff, probably not that important. Next skill we have a synergy. Barbarian skill doesn't work in mass PvP here. The next skill we have is Ramsey Commander have 3 different troop type, attack bonus 20%. So I think either they change the description here or they nerf her, because before it used to be a damage bonus 20%. But anyways, 20% attack bonus gave her 2 points. So if you run hers with mixed troop, you're going to get another 2 points there for attack. And let's look at her passive skill here. So her expertise deal 20% increased damage to enemy troops when they are affected by slowdown. So I would say 20% increased damage gave her what? So every 5% gave her like 4 points. 4 points for every 5%. So that 4 points there, but it only probably work about, I don't know, 10%. We'll say 10% of the time. So that gave her another 0.5 point here. And with that, we have her attack at what? Equal 6.25? 6.5, right? 6, 4 plus 2 plus 0.5, yeah, 6.5. And her defense at 2.75. So now we will go back to her first skill here. Her first skill can deal damage up to 5 targets and also debuff up to 5 targets as well. So up to like 4 other targets, girl get that minus 30% attack, 30% defense, and 30% health, which is a very, very strong and scary debuff there. And with that, she earned herself a 3 points for support there, because she can provide that debuff for all the marches surrounding her as well. The debuff can work for your allies, for your alliance member, and as well for all the marches that you are using on the open field. So that gave her a 3 points in support. And with that, she had a total score of 12.25. So we move it here. 12.25. 12.25 score for Athelflaed. So 6.5 attack, 2.75 defense, support 3, and mobility 0. So that is the first commanders. Next one we have a Julius Caesar. So let's go to Julius Caesar here. We set the score here. We set the score here. So for Julius Caesar, let's look at his first skill. Deal direct damage to the target. Damage factor 400. So 400 single skill damage there. So I say for every 500 skill damage, you get 1 point. So for 400 damage, you get 0.75 points in attack. 0.75 in attack there. Troop led by this commander gain 20% increase in attack and defense. So 20% increase in attack is how much? So 2 points. So you're supposed to get 2 points in attack, but this active skill only work. Only the buff only lasts for 5 seconds, which is about half, like 50% of the time. So 2 points times 50% is 1 point. And same thing with the defense. He gonna get 1 point in defense because this skill increase the defense by 20% for 5 seconds, which is half the time. And it also increase all damage by 30%. So what did I say? For every 5% increase in damage, the commander get 1 point. So 30% increase in damage gave him 6 points. But because its skill only lasts for 5 seconds, which is 50% of the time. So 6 points divided by 2 is 3. So we get now 3 points in attack here. Okay. For the next skill, we have a damage taken reduced by 10%. So what did I say? For every 5% damage taken reduction, you get 1 point. So 10% damage taken reduction here gave him 2 points. When the troop have a 16% of your unit remaining, they gain a 10% chance to trigger an effect. When never attack, that further reduce the damage by 30% for 3 seconds. This effect can only trigger once every 5 seconds here. So for that, he will get so like 30% damage taken reduced. So I say what 5% you get 1 point, so 30% you get 6 points. But it only works for like about 30% of the time. So 6 times 0.6 times 30%, and it also only work when he is below 60%, which is I don't know like if you play smart, you will refresh him very often. You don't go like to that, so you probably not gonna be able to use that 60% of the time. I would say 30% of the time. About 30% of the time, you're gonna be able to use this skill. So it's gonna be 6 times 30% times another 30%, which give you another 0.5. So 0.5 points here in defense. And that's about it for this skill. So this skill is C killer, attacking C. We don't care about it. For the next skill, troop capacity bonus is 15%. So I say 10%. For every 10% troop capacity bonus, you get 1 point in attack. So you might ask why a 10% increase in troop capacity is not the same as 10% increase in damage. Because there is diminishing return. So it doesn't mean that when you increase the troop capacity by 10%, doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to increase the damage by 10%. So that is why he only get 1 point for every troop capacity bonus. So for 15% troop capacity bonus, he get 1.5 point for attack here. And troop capacity doesn't affect your defense. So you still got to take the same damage. Doesn't matter how many troops you have. So with that, Julius Caesar end up with a total attack of 6.25 and defense of 3.5. So and 0 support, 0 mobility here. So 6.25 and 3.5. So with the total score of 9.75, he hits final score. Just show you guys the criteria again. Where is the criteria? Just so you know, I did say 10% troop capacity, you get 1 point per attack. In case you're wondering. So that is Julius Caesar. Let's go to the next commander on the list here. We have Mermaid. Mermaid is next. So for Mermaid, let's look at his expertise here because that's what the first skill gonna do. So for Mermaid, he can deal direct damage factor 1,250 here, up to 5 enemies. So again, I say what 200 for every 200 damage. For every 200 AoE skill damage, you get 1 point. So for 1,250 AoE skill damage, he get a 4.25 points for that AoE skill. The second effect doesn't work here. So only the first one is only the skill damage, the AoE skill damage. Next one we have attack bonus 20%, so plus 2 more points there for attack. And skill damage bonus also 20%, so another 2 points there. For attack, so for every 10% increase in skill damage, you get 1 point. So 20% skill damage bonus gives you another 2 points, which for attack there. This skill only works for city, so it doesn't matter. Troop capacity bonus 10%, so he get another 1 point there for attack. And that is about it for him. So a very high attack commander at 9.25 is his attack score, but he does not have any defense. No defense, no debuff whatsoever, and no mobility. So his final score is 9.25 for attack, 0 defense, 0 support, and 0 mobility here. So that is it for Mermaid. The next one we have on the list is Freddy. So Freddy, like if you have him expertise, for the next 3 seconds, each attack has 100% chance to deal extra damage to the target. Damage factor 800. So his first skill can deal up to 2,400 damage. So what did I say? For every 500 damage to single target, you get 1 point. So 2,400 damage, you will get 4.75 points. 4.75 points for attack there for his first skill alone. And that's about it for his first skill. So pretty strong first skill as well. Healing factor 1,000 here. So that add up to his defense. And I say what? For every 500 healing, you get 1 point for defense. So 1,000 healing gave him 2 points in defense here. More like sustainability, but it also add up to defense, I would say. Second skill only work for city, doesn't matter. Third skill here, troop capacity bonus 15%, so he get another 1.5 points for attacks. And that's about it for him. So his attack score is 6.25 and his defense is 2. So Freddy end up with the total score of 8.25. Attack 6.25, defense 2, support 0, mobility 0. Next one on the list, we have a Uzi 10. Let's go to Uzi 10 here. Some people might want to use Uzi 10 on the open field, and I will give you guys the score for her. So for Uzi 10, her first skill, direct damage factor 1,000. So she got 2 points there for attack because every 500 skill damage, you get 1 point for attack. Healing factor 500 there, so she get another 1 point for defense. And her next skill is Commander Lynn Garrison. Okay, so it doesn't work on the open field here. Her third skill, defense bonus 10%, so plus another 1 point for defense. And she also get troop health 10%, so plus another 1 point for defense there. Her fourth skill is YG Commander is leading the garrison of your own city, so it doesn't work on the open field here. Okay, so her expertise. Troop led by the commander deal 20% increase counter attack damage. So for every 10% counter attack damage, you get 1 point in attack. So 20% increase in counter attack damage gave her 2 points in attack there. And she have a 10% chance when attack to deal a damage factor 500 to attacking enemy. So there she gonna get another 1 point here for that skill. So with that, she got a total attack of 5, a total defense of 3. Like her expertise might be able to get a little bit higher score because it is working when she is attacked. So let's say in mass PvP, if she got like swamp, her expertise can trigger more frequently instead of like a 1v1 or instead of when she just attacking a single target. So that skill can get a little bit higher score, but maybe 0.5 more, I would say. Maybe a 0.5 more, 0.5 points more there for the attack. But like, regardless, her final score is 8. Could be 8.5, I would say. Could be 8.5. Attack 5, defense 3, the 0 support, 0 mobility here for Uzi 10. Next up, we have a Charm Magnets. The commander you can get from winning KvK Season 1 here. As you can see, not many people are using him, so let's see what his score is gonna be. Attack, direct damage factor 1400. So what did I say? For every 500 skill damage to single target, you get 1 point, so 1400. Let's give him 3 points because I am feeling generous today. So instead of giving him like 2.75, I gave him 3 points because I am feeling generous today. Why on the map, Troop Leopard Commander have a 10% chance to gain a shield and attack. This shield lasts for a second and can take up to 1000 damage. So with that, he got a 2 points in defense because he got a shield of 1000 damage factor shield there. So a 2 points for shield. This skill here rally attack, so it doesn't matter. So this one, for every 10% total unit loss, Ramsey Commander gain 1%, gain 5% in skill damage increase, up to 15% skill damage increase here. So let's say he get what? Let's say he get 10%. Okay, let's say he get like 10%, like on average he get 10% skill damage increase there. So he will get another 1 point here for attack, which is 3 plus 1. And when attacking city here, so his expertise doesn't work on the open field. So his overall attack is 4. And his overall defense is 2. So with the total score of 6. So his score is 6. Attack 4, defense 2, 0, support and 0 mobility. And this is the reason why you shouldn't be investing any universal sculpture on him, because he is pretty garbage. Okay. Next one we have Barker. Barker is the next one. Hannibal Barker. So this is the command that you can get from buying the VIP chest from VIP, I don't know, 10, 14, can't remember. But anyways, let's go here and give him a score. So Barker, first skill, AoE skill damage 400 there, and can also hit up to like what, 3 targets. So 400 to single target and 300 to like other 3 targets. So I say a 300 AoE skill damage there. So I will give him 1 point for attack. 1 point for attack here. Maybe 1.25, maybe, because his first skill did 400 damage. So let's give him 1.25 here. And his active skill, debuff. So his active skill can what? Decrease their damage by 25% and defense by 25% for 5 seconds. So decrease in their damage also means that I will take less damage from the target. So it's similar with me having 25% damage reduction. So that will get his defense to 5 points. So 5 points for 25% damage reduction, but this skill only works for 5 seconds, which is 50% of the time. So we have 5 points divided by half, which is 2.5 points in defense. Yep. 1.25. That's right. And his debuff also debuffs the target, like multiple target, by 25% defense. So less defense for the target means that I will be able to deal more damage. So this works in the favor for his attack. So 25% minus defense gave him 2.5 points, but this also only works 50% of the time. So give him another 2.5 divided by 2 is 1.25. Okay. He has it says his second skill can give up to like 10% increase in damage bonus if he had 3 different tube type here. So 10% will give him 2 points. 10% increase in damage, give him 2 points there. Healing factor, only attacking C, so it doesn't work on the open field here, so it doesn't really matter. His fourth skill, tube capacity bonus 10%. So let's give him another 1 point here for tube capacity bonus. When he is battle outside alliance territory, using a skill increase all damage dealt by 15% for 3 seconds. So 15% gives you 3 points. 3 points, but it only work when he is outside of alliance territory. So let's say he's gonna be in and out of alliance territory half of the time. So this gonna be 50% of the time. So that's down to 1.5 point. 1.5 point, but it only works for 3 seconds, which is about 30% of the time. So 1.5 times 30% gave him a 0.5 more points for attack. 0.5. So with that, he's end up with the total attack of 6. So 1.25 plus 1.25 plus 2 plus 1 plus 0.5 equals 6. His defense is 2.5. And because his active skill provide a debuff on multiple targets, so it does hit him a very, very strong support score, which is 2. Up to 3 targets can reduce their damage for 25% and their defense for 25%. Very, very good debuff there. Mobility 0. So with that, he has the score of 10.5, attack 6, defense 2.5, and support 2. So that is it for your Hannibal Barker, if you have him. The next commanders, I gonna have to go to my other account because I do not have that commander here. So let me switch my account real quick here. So the next commander we'll be looking at is Ji Sun-sin. So let's go to my commander list here. And Ji Sun, where is he? Where is my Ji Sun-sin? He's right here. So on the open field, he can deal up to 2,000 damage to a single target. So for that skill alone, he got 4 points in attack. March speed reduction doesn't matter. That direct damage factor for Garrison doesn't apply on the open field here. So on just the first skill alone, he get 4 points. Let's go to his second skill here. When battling within the Alliance territory, or serving a Garrison commander in stronghold, your normal attack have a 10% chance to grant troop led by the commander a 20% defense bonus and 20% damage bonus here. So 20% defense bonus for 3 seconds, right? 3 seconds. So 2 points for 3 seconds, which is about 30% of the time. So 2 times 30% is about 0.6. And because it only works when he is within the Alliance territory, again, like similar to Barker, we'll give him a 50% of the time on the Alliance territory, and 50% of the time he's not gonna be on Alliance territory here. So that gonna be 2 times 30% times 50%, which gave him a 0.25 points there in defense. 15% damage bonus. We say we give 1 point for every 5%, so 15% damage bonus gave him 3 points. But again, only 3 seconds, which is 30% of the time, and he has to be on Alliance territory, so which is another only 50% of the time there. So 3 times 30% times 50%, which gave him a 0.5 points more for attack here. Next skill, troop led by the commander gain 10% increase in defense. So he got a 30% increase in defense, so that gave him 3 points in defense. Three point in defense. Oh, I think I might have messed him up. I think I might have messed up the ranking. Anyway, let's go to his score here. So he get 30% increase in defense all the time. And when fewer than 50% unit remaining, he gonna get that 20% increase in damage. So 20% increase in damage for 50% of the times. So 20% increase in damage give him 4 points, and he has to be below 50%. And I would say, like, most people refresh their marches before they get to 50%. So that I would say this skill can only work about like 30% of the time. So we have 4 times 30%, which gave him a 1.25 points there in attacks. Next one we have When the commander leading garrison of your own city, okay, doesn't work on the open field here. And troop led by the commander consists of 2 more different unit types. Again, 20% increase in attack. So 20% increase in attack when they are mixed troops. So he get now 2 points for attack. And 20% increase in defense. So he got now 2 points in defense. So with this, he get a total attack of 4.5 plus 2, 6.5, 7.75. 7.75 for attack here. And 7.75 for attack. And his defense is 1 second here. 3 times 30% equal 1. Plus 2. Did I say 0.25 plus 3? Shoot. Make sure I got his skill right here. It's a 20% increase in defense here so that's 0.25 points. Defense bonus 30% is 3 points. And a 20% increase in defense here. Give him another 2 points in defense. So that gave him a total score of 5.25. Oh my god, I think I messed up. So I think I messed up his score from the beginning because originally he's only get 11, but his actual score is 13. Yisan actual score is 13. 7.75 plus 5.25 gave him a 13, not 11. So my initial calculation was incorrect. So like if you watch this video to this moment, you gotta get the right answer here. You gotta get a better like because on my initial rankings, I gave Jason a score of only 11, so he's supposed to get higher, which is 7.75 and 5.25. So I make a boo-boo there when I do my first calculation because I thought because I misread his first skill here. I mean I misread his third skill. I thought that the 30% increase in defense only work when he is below 30%, when he's below 50%, which is not correct. His 30% defense bonus work all the time. So he is actually got 5.25 in defense. So he is at 13 points. So I made a mistake. I will correct it. I will correct it in the comment section or something here. So Jason 13 points. And next one we have is Theodore. So in case you want to use Theodore on the open field as well, you can also look for her score. So for Theodore, her first attack, her first skill can deal up to what 1700 AoE skill damage in a circular area, so which is very strong AoE skill there. And with that alone, she got 5.75. 5.75 points for that AoE skill damage alone for attack. And what else does she have? And it also has that like remove debuff things. So I gave her that for 1 point for defense for removing all the debuff, silent, all that kind of things. So let's give her a 1 point there for defense. So she can remove exort, she can remove burn, she can remove some of the debuff. So let's give her 1 point for defense on the open field. Poison as well. She can also remove poisons. Interesting. But like the chance of that getting used on the open field, I would say pretty low. So I would say 1 point is significant. 1 point is good enough for her defense there for that remove debuff skill there. Let's go to her second skill. This one is for Garrison, so it doesn't work on the open field here. Ramsey Commander gain attack bonus 10%. So 10% in attack, so give her 1 point in attack here. And when there are more than 50% of the unit remain, the troop can deal extra damage 10%. So 10% extra damage there, so she get 2 points. But this skill probably only works about like 70% of the time. So we'll give that 2 point times 70%, which will give her 1.5 points. 1.5 points. And with that, 1 plus 2. With that, she will get a total score of what? Equal. So 6.7. Whoa, 6.75. 1.5. 5.75 plus 1 plus 1.5 is 6.75. So this is 6, 7, 8. Oh my god. 8.25. 8.25 is her attack and her defense is 1. So her total score is 9.25. I made another boo-boo there. So 8.25 for attack alone. So very, very high attack commander there on the open field. And with a little defense there. But the total score for her is 9.25. Attack 8.25 and defense 1. 8.25 and defense 1. 1. Okay. Yep, that's about right. So that is Tidora. Let's go to the next commander here, which is Osman. Where is my Osman at? So let's go to Osman here. Okay. So Osman, expertise skill can deal up to 1100 damage to a single target. So that skill alone gave him 2.25. 2.25 in attack. After attacking a city, doesn't matter here. So the direct damage factor 400 here. So I say for every 500 damage, you get 1 point. So 400 damage, he get 0.75 points, so plus 0.75. And he also have a 10% troop capacity, so give him another 1 point there. But he doesn't have any other skill. So he's not that good, to be honest. So 4 points. So his total attack is 4. His total attack is 4. He have nothing for defense. He have 0 defense and 0 support, 0 mobility. So Osman's score is very, very low on the open field. So not a very, very strong commander to use on the open field, to be honest. So Osman is 4,000. Next one on the list, we have a Boudicca. So let's go look at Buddhicus here. Where's my Buddhicus at? Here. So for Buddhicus, her first attack can deal 1,000 damage, which gave her a 2 points in defense, 2 points in attack. Reduce the enemy rage by 100 there. So reduce 100 rage, which can help with the defense. So gain her defense 0.5. So rage reductions for the enemy means that they cannot cast the skill more frequently, so that she take less damage. So that is why she got the poison defense for the minus rage reduction. If the commander have the rage increase, then they will get that for attack. Reduce the target attack by 25% for 2 seconds. So reduce the target attack, which means also help with the defense here. So 25% attacks, which gave her 2.5 points, but only for 2 seconds, which is about 20% of the time. So 2.5 times 20%, which gave her a 0.5 point in defense here. When using a skill, gain 50 rage and healing factor 400. So 400 healing factors can give her, let's say, 0.75 points for healing. So for defense, because she healed 400, so she get 0.75 points there for defense. And she can gain a rage, restore 50. So 2 commanders casting the skill she can gain up. She can gain back to 100 rage there. So for what? Let me look at the criteria again here. 200 rage for 1 point. So 100 rage, you get 0.5 points. Where is it? Where is it? Here. So she got 0.5 points there for attack because she can gain back to 100 rage there. And her last skill, a Triplet Magic Commander have a chance to increase the damage on the next turn, which it attack, a 5% chance to increase by 20%, a 5% chance to increase by 50%, a 3% chance to increase by 100%, and 2% chance to increase by 150%. So let's average it out. Let's say she have a 10% chance to increase her next damage by 100% there. So 10% chance to increase the next damage by 100%. So we say what? For every 5%, you get 1 point. So 100%, you get 20 points. 20 points for 10% chance. So that gave her a 2 points in attack. So with that, she got a total score for attack of 4.5. So attack score of 4.5, defense score of 1.75. And 4.5, 1.75. Let's go back to her first skill here. Her first skill does provide an attack reduction on the target, which is a debuff, which means that it can work on other marches as well. Let's say you have other marches also attacking the same target. They will also be benefit from this debuff here. With that, she get a 1 point for support. 1 point? Yep, 1 point for support. And for that, her total score is 4.5 plus 1.75 plus 1, which gave her a total score of 7.25. So Boudicca stand at 7.25 total score, attack 4.5, defense 1.75, and support 1. So there you go for Boudicca. Next one we have is Joan de Berg. Boudicca here, let me see if I can fix her score here real quick. 4.5. Yep. 4, 0. Okay, let's go to John. Okay, so for Joan of Arc, she have her first skill can increase infantry unit defense. So troop gain 30% increase health for infantry, or 30% increase in defense for cavalry, or 30% increase attack for archer here. So let's say 30% increase in defense, and 30% increase in defense give her 3 points, and 3 points in defense. And zit buff only lasts for 4 seconds, but Joan of Arc can cast the buff very frequently, which is because of her rage engine. So we'll say zit buff lasts about 50% of the time. So 3 points time 50% of the time give her defense score of 1.5. So she also has that 20. She also provides the actual tuned rage engine here. So after she casts her active skill, you gotta get back 50 rage per 4 seconds. I mean 50 rage every second for 4 seconds there. So tuned rage in total, so that gave her an attack of 1. So 1 point in attack for that tuned rage. Regen there. Healing factor of 450 here, which gave her 1 point for defense. 1 point for defense there for that healing. Normal attack damage bonus 25%, so that gave her a 2.5 points in attack. And that's about it. So she is at 3.5 attack and 2.5 in defense. But let's talk about her support. So her first skill have an unlimited number of marches that can be benefit from. So if you have a 10 marches surrounding her, all of those 10 marches gonna get that buff. You have 20 marches surrounding her, all of those 20 marches gonna get that buff. So it's very good, extremely good support skill there. So for her support score, I would give her a 5, but she can get higher. Like I would say she can get higher, depends on how many marches out there. But I give her a 5 points for her support skill because her circle of buff is very huge. She can buff a lot of marches, not just limit to like 3 targets or like 5 targets, and many. If you use her with like your 5 marches, like you use 5 marches already, and you have Joan of Arc, all of your 5 marches gonna get that boost, get that buff from her, plus the other marches surrounding you. So a very strong and solid buff there from Joan of Arc. One of my favorite support commander. And with that, she gets the score of 11. So 3.5 attack, 2.5 defense, and support is 5. Very high support score there. And last but not least, we have Sapio. So let's go to Sapio here. Where is Sapio at? So for Sapio, let's look for his first skill here. When attack, when a troop led by the commander take 25% reduced damage and deal 25% increased counter attack damage for 5 seconds. So 25% attack counter attack damage increase for 5 seconds gave him a 2.5 points in attack. But it's only work for 5 seconds, remember? So he only get 50% of the time, so 1.25. 25% damage taken reduced here. So again, 1 point for every 5%. So he get 5 points here, but only lasts for 5 seconds, which is 50% of the time. So we gave him a 2.5 points there for defense. Go to next skill here. So next skill is attack bonus 100%, healing factor 450. Okay, so when attack, troop led by Sapio have 15% chance to gain 100% increase attack for 2 seconds. So 100% increase in attacks gave him what? 10 points. 10 points, but only 2 seconds, which is 20% of the time. So that gave him a 2 points. 2 point in attack there. And when he is below 40%, he also has 50% chance to heal a proportion of slide unit troop attacked by 500 there. So 500 healing, we gave him 1 point, but because it only like below 40%, so below 40%, like below 40%, he can heal 500. Below, so 25% damage taken reduction here. Healing 450. So healing 450 gave him what? 1 point? 1 point for healing 450 here. But like because this skill work when he gets, it can work a lot better when he gets swarmed. So I am going to give him an extra 0.5 point here, which gave him a 1.5 point in defense. Because it can trigger very, very often if he gets swarmed. If he gets swarmed, he can heal back a lot, I would say. So let's say give him a 1.5 points there for defense. And this skill is for attacking city, troop capacity increased by 10%. So 10% troop capacity gave him another point for attack. So with that, his total attack is 4.25. And his total defense is 4. And he doesn't have any debuff or any buff here, so he has 0 support and 0 mobility here. So Sabiel end up with 8.25. So 8.25 is his final score. 4.25 in attack and 4 points in defense. Pretty solid score for like an epic commander, I would say. So here. Oops. Let me fix it here. Four. So 4.25, 8.25. Yes, that's about right. So let's go back to the tier list. I need to fix the tier list because I messed up. So for the tier list, Jisan Sin is gonna be at the top with Ethelfed as well because his score is 13. Right? Where is his score? Where is Jisan Sin's score? Yep, Jisan is 13. Ethelfed is 12.25. And the rest stay the same. So I made a mistake initially when I calculate Jisan Sin's score here. So now I make the adjustment here. So I hope this tier list give you guys a better idea of like who you should be using on the open field when it comes to like max PvP. Thanks for watching, guys.